All right, welcome everybody. Obviously, we got Quentin Grimes, one of the newest New York Knicks. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll call on you and bring you into the room. Our first question comes from Steve Popper, Newsday.
Hey, Quentin, just kind of wondering what kind of feel you had with these guys before the draft, what you felt like your fit was with them as you met with Tom and the staff.
Yeah, I feel like just leading up to the draft when I had my workouts with him, I feel like it was a great fit. I know Coach Tibbs is a tough, hard-nosed coach, and then coming from Coach Sampson, who's also a tough, hard-nosed coach, I feel like it would kind of be like a match made in heaven, just like he's going to be on you, but that they're building something special in New York, and I definitely want to be a part of it, just knowing that they're building something special in New York. They made it to the playoffs, and I feel like in years to come, they're going to be even getting closer to even a finals appearance for sure.
Jonathan Macri, Knicks Film School.
Hey, Quentin, congratulations on being picked by the Knicks. I was just wondering what your relationship was with RJ Barrett. I know you guys were in the same high school class. You were on the same team at the Jordan Brand Classic. So what's your history like with him?
Yeah, just kind of we grew up with we was in the same class, like you said. We kind of got a kind of a good relationship, a cordial relationship. But I feel like now we're gonna be even better now that we kind of got some past that we knew each other, like you said, from the Jordan Brand, McDonald's, even with at the Hoop Summit playing against them. So I feel like now that we kind of get a chance to be teammates for a whole year, I think it's gonna be really fun for Knicks fans.
Michael Vorkanoff, The Athletic.
Hey, Quentin, how are you? Congrats, first of all, on getting picked and going to New York. I was wondering, what kind of player would you describe yourself as, and how do you see yourself being able to contribute at least next season early on?
Yeah, I feel like everybody knows that I'm a high level shooter, I'm a high level defender, but I feel like I'm also just kind of people label me as a 3-and-D guy, but I feel like I'm a lot more than that. I can play pick and roll, make plays, create plays for myself and others, but I feel like I could definitely have an immediate impact shooting the ball at a high level for threes and locking down defensively. Those are two things I really pride myself and hang my hat on.
Mark Berman, New York Post.
Hey, Quentin. I mean, your path, when you were a freshman in Kansas, everyone thought, you might come out and test the draft waters, and I think you did. But, I mean, just the way your journey is it worked out, maybe even better this way, where you come into the NBA more prepared than you would have been as a freshman?
Yeah, it definitely does. I think it helped me just going through what I went through my freshman year, fighting through adversity, and then coming out on the other side and then having a season like I had. Then the past 2 months, just been training with Penny, just really just kind of taking my game to a whole nother level, and then be able to go out to the workouts and kind of just dominate in every workout I went to. So right now, I feel like even though my path was different from what people expected, I feel like it worked out in the favor that I wanted, and it was the best outcome I feel like for me, for sure.
Sam DiGiovanni, Knicks Wall.
Hey, Quentin, congrats on being drafted. A lot of people who were drafted later in the first round or later in the drafts sometimes use where they were picked as motivation. Where do you stand on that? Do you feel like you were picked too late? Is that something that's going to motivate you?
I feel like I was picked in the perfect spot. I feel like some people might say like, oh, I was picked too low or picked too high or something like that. But I feel like I got picked in the right situation. I feel like going to New York is going to be kind of, like I said, a match made in heaven. Just with the fans, they want to expect nothing but greatness from every time you step on the court. They're going to be hard on you, tough nose, and I feel like I'll be able to embody that Knicks culture and kind of hopefully bring that every night I play and step out on the court and play in the Knicks jersey.
Steve Popper, Newsday.
Hey, Quentin, two things kind of. One, you mentioned Coach Sampson, just kind of what he did to kind of change you and get you ready for this. And also, a lot of people said that, kind of they had you projected in this area and you didn't have to go to the combine and do what you did, but you did choose to do it. Why'd you do that? And what was the motivation there?
Yeah, I think it was in a couple of my interviews. People kind of asked me why'd I play after why'd I do my pro day after the 2 games I had the combine, and I feel like I'm the ultimate competitor. I feel like that's another day for me to go out there and kind of at that time prove to all the GMs and all the executives who came to watch me that I'm worthy of a first round pick and of being a top 25 pick in the draft. And I feel like I'm just the ultimate competitor, and I want to go out there and compete every chance I get. And I trust my work, and I trust the work I put in, and I'm not afraid to go out there and compete and do what I have to do.
Mark Berman, New York Post.
Hey, Quentin, just a couple of things. Have you heard from RJ yet? What's his message to you? And did you ever play hockey, or are you just your brother?
I texted RJ last night on Instagram. He DM'd me talking about some let's get ready to go to work. Emmanuel hit me talking about some just like congrats, welcome to the team. It's time to get to work. I knew Reggie Bullock because we got the same agent already, so we got a relationship. So I got a relationship with a couple Knicks guys already. So yeah, it's gonna be good. And yeah, I can't skate. I just leave that to my brother. So I don't like to skate. That's not really my specialty.
Mike Vorkanoff, the Athletic.
Uh, I can't skate either, for the record, so I'm with you. You were saying you don't want to be labeled as just a 3-and-D guy. What makes you say that you can do more than just that, and where do you feel like your playmaking, your on the dribble skills are right now, and where do you see them going?
Yeah, I feel like coming out of high school, people just kind of didn't label me as a shooter at all. So I feel like it was kind of the complete opposite. And I feel like I showed that at the combine, even in the 2 games I played, just the way I was coming in off pick and rolls and making plays and making shots for myself and making passes coming off pick and rolls and just in transition as well. And I feel like early on it might be kind of be labeled as a 3-and-D because how well I can shoot the ball and just kind of how well I play defense. But I feel like I'll definitely be able to grow into a really secondary ball handler and kind of be able to make plays and facilitate the rock and kind of just have a well-rounded overall game.
Ian Begley, SMY.
Quinn, what do you think is like the most transferable skill in your game to the NBA? Like something you could make an impact with immediately?
I think my shooting. I think every team you can't have enough shooters on the team. You can always get better. And even Steph Curry, he's always in the gym trying to perfect his craft. So I feel like shooting for me is what I hang my hat on and my biggest skill. And I feel like I'm always trying to be a more consistent shooter and knockdown shooter. And I feel like I'll definitely be kind of have an immediate impact with the Knicks right away with my shooting ability.
Sam DiGiovanni, Knicks Wall.
Hey, Quentin, who are some professional players that you model your game after or you take some elements from?
I watch a lot of film on like Jamal Murray, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal. Those are kind of the 3 guys I kind of watch a lot of film on. We kind of got the same build, same type of game. They're all 3 guards who can get off the bounce, off the dribble, can get to their pull-up shots, get to their threes easily, and get to their game and kind of make plays for themselves and others. And those are the kind of 3 guys I watch a lot of film on and try to emulate and take things from and try to implement it into my game.
And our final question comes from Mark Berman in the New York Post.
Yeah, hey, Quentin. I mean, you guys, Houston gets to the Final Four. I mean, what was that whole experience like? Obviously, Houston, isn't a regular Final Four club. So how proud of you were you of that run, and what was it like?
Yeah, it was special. That was the only goal we had for the whole year was to get to the Final Four. And I feel like everybody came with the right mindset this year to attack practice. That was the only goal. And I feel like once we kind of made our stride after we lost 1 game, we didn't lose. I think it was early we lost the game in Wichita State. And then we didn't lose the game to the Final Four. So I feel like just being able to get to my team to the Final Four and also being able to do it in my hometown city for my city, it was just kind of the icing on the cake, really.